Okay, these notes are about rotations. Make sure you are recording these in the same place where you have recorded your notes on translations and reflections. That way you can stay organized and keep everything all together. So when we say rotation, we're talking about turning a figure about a fixed point. In Math 8, that fixed point is always going to be the origin or point 0, 0. Okay, so we're always going to rotate about the point 0, 0. We have two different directions that we can do rotations. So the first direction is clockwise, which just means the same as the hands on a clock. So clockwise will go this direction because that is the direction that the hands on a clock go. Counterclockwise is just the opposite. So you're moving backwards from the way that the hands on a clock go. On the coordinate grid, we do have some rules that we can remember to help us do our rotations. So when we rotate 90 degrees clockwise, our ordered pair XY will become the ordered pair Y negative X. So our X and Y values switch spots, and then our X value becomes negative. When we rotate 180 degrees around the origin clockwise, XY becomes negative X, negative Y. So the X and Y values stay in the same spot. They just switch sign. Okay, so if they were positive, they become negative. If they were negative, they become positive. And then a 270 degree clockwise rotation about the origin, XY becomes negative Y, X. Okay, so let's practice that. Scrolling down, we have example A. We want to rotate point A 3 different times about the origin. So point A is going to be here at point 3, 2. So A is at 3, 2. And now we want to rotate 90 degrees about the origin. So when I think about that, I want for this imaginary dotted line from the origin to point A to make a 90-degree angle. So when I do that, I see that A prime will end up right here at 2, negative 3. If I look back at my rule for a 90-degree rotation, I see that my X and Y values switch spots and my X became negative. Here, can I make all of these fit at once? I think I can. Here, my X and Y values switch spots and my X became negative, so that's perfect. Our next rotation, we want to rotate point A 180 degrees clockwise about the origin. So I want this line from A to A double prime to be a perfectly straight line or a half a turn. So A double prime will be right here at negative 3, negative 2. When I look at my rule for a 180-degree rotation, I see that X, Y, both signs just switched. If I started with 3, 2, and now I have negative 3, negative 2, my rule holds up. And then lastly, we have a 270-degree clockwise rotation. So a 270-degree clockwise rotation is like 3/4 of a turn. Remember in class we talked about each of these turns. 90 is a quarter of a turn, 180 is half a turn, and 270 is 3/4 of a turn because 360 is a whole turn, right? So 270 degrees will be 3/4 of a turn clockwise. We want this then to be all the way over here at 2, 3. So A triple prime should be at negative 2, positive 3. Okay? All right, let's look at our last example. We want to rotate triangle ABC 90 degrees clockwise about the origin. So A is over here at the ordered pair 1, 1. B is at the ordered pair 3, 1. And C is at the ordered pair 2, 3. Now, when I rotate 90 degrees clockwise about the origin, I really want every single one of these points to make a perfect 90-degree angle with their new ordered pair. So A prime will be here at 1, -1. B, we can also kind of think about this as how much we go up and over, right? So for B, I can go over 1, 2, 3, up 1. So if I take that and move this little L shape that I made in yellow 90 degrees about the origin, now I would go down 3, over 1. Okay? So B prime would be here at 1, -3. And then C, let's put C in purple. To get to C, I go over 2, up 3. So when I take that little purple L and I rotate it clockwise, now I'm going to go down 2, over 3. Okay? So C prime would be there at 3, -2. Okay. Let's connect my points. Let me put it in. Let's see, what color can I use? I guess we'll use gray. So A prime, B prime, C prime looks like that. A, B, C looked like that. So we can see that we took the shape and we rotated it 90 degrees clockwise. Okay, the last thing that I want to talk about, I want to scroll up for this. So when we think about a 90-degree clockwise rotation, that is the exact same thing as rotating 270 degrees counterclockwise. So that is the same as a 270-degree counterclockwise rotation. I'm just going to put some lines here so it's a little bit more organized. 180 degrees, because that's half of a turn, half of a full rotation. It doesn't matter if you go clockwise or counterclockwise, because either way it's half. And then last, if we rotate something 270 degrees clockwise, that is the same as a 90-degree counterclockwise rotation. So this pink arrow here, that's 270 degrees clockwise. That's the same as if I started here and just did 90 degrees counterclockwise. Okay, I'm going to end up in the exact same point. So the rules are the same for 90 degree clockwise and 270 degree counterclockwise, and then 270 degree clockwise and 90 degrees counterclockwise.